Hello, Brad Emahan here, 27, doing a review of the remastered deluxe edition of You're Not Elected, Charlie Brown. Starts off, the kids go around this bulletin board, and it's like to elect a student president. So, at first Charlie Brown wants to do it, but then Lucy went to do a poll, came back and said, well, you'll never get elected, Charlie Brown. So they decided to do Linus. Then she did a poll again, and she said 99% Linus win, because she asked a couple people. She grabbed one guy and said, yeah, I'll vote for Linus. And they asked another kid, and she said, I remember Linus. Linus gave me a sandwich. And sure, I'll vote for him. I like a guy who shares lunch with me or whatever. So he said, yeah. And then another kid, she shook her fist at another kid and said, yeah. Then she asked this one kid, and he kept saying, no, why won't you? I'm his opponent. So, they did some, and you see Snoopy. Snoopy's there as Joe Cool. He's standing by the water fountain, trying to get the girls' drink. I know there's one where he got his finger caught in his visor. I don't know if it was this one or one of the episodes of the Snoopy and Charlie Brown show, but yeah. So after that, they did some speeches. They asked what you're gonna talk about, the topics and stuff, and Charlie Brown sit there and ask Snoopy and Snoopy to make signs, so him and Woodstock made some signs, and Snoopy did like a giant paw print, and she went out, and then they did like the big speech, and she sat there. He said, instead of doing the boring thing, I'm going to talk about the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. They both went, ugh. And they start laughing. I said, oh, I blew the election. And they start doing the count up. And the last kid, it was like 42 to 42. And the last kid came up. And it was the kid who was running against Linus. And he voted for Linus. And they win. And he went to then Linus went to the principal's office. Apparently, he told him. So, and I think Lucy said, Sally said he's been, what was it? I forget what she said. He'd been something. I forget what she said. I think she's been, I forget what she said, actually. And they had a making of that, polls don't lie. The making of You're Not Elected, Charlie Brown. It said what originally title was You're Elected, Charlie Brown, but they said, well, that's Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown, and there we go. So they put the little thing there and put the word "not" in there. And they talk about the guy who did the music for Joe Cool too, and he said he actually talked about how he had like words he wanted to use and stuff. So he talked about that. Talked about the guy who did that, and what else was there? Talked about using real children's voices and stuff like that. I forget what else they talked about. And originally, the comic book, the strip, there was no ending to it. It just ended after Linus blew the election. That was the last, so they finished it. And then a bonus one, he's a bully, Charlie Brown. There's went summer camp for 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. And before that rerun, went up to the attic and he found a jar of marbles that his grandpa was a great marbles player and he wanted to play, and so he took the marbles camp to learn to be a marbles champ. And then Peppermint Patty couldn't go to camp, so it was Charlie Brown and Marcy. Them Pepper Patty kept calling up to the what was it, the summer camp, and Marcy would make fun of her. And she did, like, said, "Stop nibbling on my ears, Charles. I can't hear what she's saying." So finally Pepper Patty snuck to school. But before that, what was it? Rerun met Joe Gate, who was supposed to be the 3-year running marble champion, who played him against marble, teach him how to learn marbles, and he got rid of all the marbles. And Rerun didn't know they're playing for keeps, so the kid tricked Rerun from losing all his marbles. So Rerun went away crying to Charlie Brown, and Snoopy came up and started teaching Charlie Brown marbles for a few days. Then Pepper Patty snuck into the camp, and they finally go to have a match. Charlie Brown first seen the kid, and after days of training with Snoopy, he learned how to shoot marbles. Sometimes Snoopy would take marbles, put them in his eyeballs, do that, and he had 2 marbles left, and then Charlie Brown somehow won, and I said, "You took all my marbles." He said, "I didn't want your marbles, I just want the ones you took from Rerun." And then he gave Rerun back all of his marbles, and they left, and they meet Lucy at home, and Charlie Brown walked off the bus with a huge smile on his face. He said, "Why is Charlie Brown smiling?" And Rerun and Lance told her that Charlie Brown won at marbles, and she wouldn't believe that he won at marbles and stuff like that. And then you still see Charlie Brown walking away with a smile on his face because he knew he actually won something. It was kind of funny how good Charlie Brown was at marbles, and this thing was kind of neat. I think it's the first time he ever won anything. So that's basically this. I got this at Goodwill for $3.38. So it was a heck of a deal. Get this. Still a little glue from the sticker. I was hoping it was still there when I came back. I was like, I left it there and didn't pick it up, and I went back and picked it up. It's still there, luckily. So that'll be it for this review. I have no idea what my next review is going to be. So thank you all for watching. Bye.